You are now listening to Nexxlegacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
Building a legacy in music and entertainment and just the way that it's supposed to be gone about as far as business-minded. I don't think you can get better than Pebbles, who we have on the line right now on Branded After Dark. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there, Brandon. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to say hello to everybody from across the land and around the world, and I'm just happy to be able to talk to you right now.
Well, you know, and we kind of talked about it while your song was playing, but just the moment that a lot of people kind of found out that you were going to be on the show, we got so many people from overseas. Did you know that you had a huge fan base in Germany, Japan, Australia? Did you know that?
You know what? It's blowing my mind because I want to thank everybody, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. It has only been God himself and the people that truly have loved my music over these years to keep me at radio. I do know that there are some, but I'm finding out since I did this Essence project even recently that there are far more than I originally thought, and that people adore the song I wrote, Always. I am so pleasantly surprised, and I just thank everybody.
You know, it's always special to me when, you know, I'm not a singer, but, you know, basically I am when I turn my car windows up, or if I'm in the shower or something like that. I can sing anything from Pebbles pretty much verbatim, word for word, for word for word. And to me, that's just a testament of just what your songs and how you sing actually means to a lot of people, not just me as a fan and as a media guy, but also the fans out there that's listening to you now that hasn't listened to you, and also the new ones that, you know, there's a new age of people here that can appreciate some of the classics that you gave us as well. So I got to thank you on that as well.
Well, I appreciate that. As a songwriter, a singer, and a producer, really, my mindset, even along with L.A. and Face's mindset when we worked together back in the day, my motto was always, simplicity is always the key to a hit song. If everybody can sing along with it, then everybody's going to remember it, and you got a hit on your hands.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, and you kind of touched on the project that you work with Essence on. And a lot of people that actually do not know, you can actually get a whole lot of information if you go to essencemusicfestival.com to kind of get a recap. And you can also go to pebblestoday.com as well for all the highlights up until. But, I mean, with the Essence Music Festival and basically finding that next R&B star, how was that whole experience that kind of came down to its conclusion in July? How was that?
It was interesting. For me, they came to me with the idea of doing a contest, and I came back to them with a vision of what I saw could happen, and that was R&B Star from beginning to end. It was a little different for me because I'm used to having a little bit more time for development. So, you know, because of time restrictions and all the things that, you know, go along with doing something like this, I think that we ended up pretty good. I think there was a nice snapshot of some of the things that are possible and some of the things that you can do in putting together programs like R&B Star. But it really just scratches and touches the surface of, you know, my real true interest in the search. It really ended up being an R&B Star for Essence in particular, and really what the Essence audience enjoyed out of seeing all the contestants. I met some beautiful people. I worked with some great people. I think that for what we were able to put together and do in a short amount of time, Greta Prince, who won, a beautiful spirit, beautiful voice, and I think it was a very special moment. So it turned
Shout
out
out
pretty
to Greta
good.
for that win as well. That was definitely, you know, just hearing her voice in general just was, okay, I understand why she won. She definitely has a gift. Agreed.
She has a gift, and she's a classy person. And, you know, I tell you, it was interesting working with everyone, though, and you get close to people, and it's kind of hard, and I kind of had to try to stay in the middle of certain things because you kind of get attached to people, and you know that folks are going to get cut based on the voting and just the whole process. So
right.
I think it was a great way. It was my first thing that I did coming back into the music side of my life. And I think it was a great beginning.
No doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
And will there be a second annual of these events that you've actually done?
Well, for R&B Star, I'm not sure what Essence will do for the next go-around, but for me, I was good with doing just the one. I feel led to do other things. So, but I was excited to be able to develop that program. It was the first one, original idea, and, you know, we proved that with little to no funding and everything, we could get it done. So,
and not only that, I mean, the webisodes, Pebbles, was real nice. It was done well. And you know how it is sometimes. I mean, you kind of get online and you see certain shows, and you kind of like, oh, wow, you want to just kind of like change the YouTube or whatever it is that it's on, but this one was done really nice.
Well, again, me going into it saying, hey, if we do this, we need to do it like this. I don't want to shoot sizzle reel stuff. I want a show. We have to shoot each webisode as a television show would be shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, for me, I don't care what I'm doing or what I'm involved in, quality is everything. We have got that quality. It's got to be done quality way, no matter what it is.
No doubt. And with this being at its conclusion, go ahead.
No, even if there's one camera with a little side light and we barely have anything we can do, we better figure out a way to make that look the best we can make it look, or we're going to shoot that thing 500 times if
I
we
know
can.
That's right. I know that's right. As you should, because, I mean, your legacy is cemented as such, where your expectations are so high. Look at what you've done, not just as a solo artist, but everything that you've done for TLC and, you know, and for the career of LaFace Records and everything that came along there. So it's only right that Pebbles does a bigger than life project, right?
Well, I appreciate you for mentioning TLC. First of all, I was sitting speaking to some executives about the whole, you know, just where music has gone and what happened and where we used to be and the whole bit. And I was telling them as it relates to projects and being a solo artist since I was 5, boom, that's what I knew I was going to be. And, you know, when I decided one day as LaFace was formed, developed, and kind of needed some hits, basically, as a label, I said, you know what, and this was my way of trying to kick in. I'm going to develop a female group. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll see where it's going to go. Obviously, I was, you know, ready and prepared to shop them wherever. And, of course, at the last minute, the guys were like, no, we can't let you do that. We need to keep you we need to get you pulled back over here, because Urban Azoff on the phone was going to go on and sign them without never even hearing them or seeing them, because I was his former artist, and he knew me.
Right.
And so I made up my mind and said I was going to do a female group, and boom, lo and behold, thank God, there was TLC. And anything I set my mind to do, I'm going to give my everything.
Right. I mean, and it's happened with the music that you've done as a career. And I know, and I've heard other interviews that you've had where it's kind of like you're not really, you know, your calling is for something bigger than just you being a solo artist, or, you know, you want to help develop and things like that. And one of the things that was brought to my attention too when I heard one of your interviews was, you know, you take time to develop an artist. You know, it may take a year or something like that. So my thing is, especially nowadays, why is it that formula that was so successful back then that you was a part of, it's not really like that nowadays? I mean, it is, but it's not. You know what I mean?
I think that again, being and I appreciate you for mentioning the LaFace piece, because I was extremely involved in the beginning of LaFace and helping formulate and kind of develop what people would come to know as the machine of LaFace, like a mini Motown. And I say that to say this. Part of what we're looking at is that that has to be born in your heart. Development is in my heart. And being that I was able to be there in the beginning when it was shaped and formed, you know, putting it together from day one, we were able to utilize, though the guys formerly owned it, I was that silent partner that was not so silent in the street. I would go out and find, you know,
talent go-getter, no doubt.
And, you know what I'm saying, the writers and producers, because I believed in the guys. And I understood that I had a part that I could add that could help as well. But the bottom line is that was in my heart. Music, that was the guys. They lived in the studio. They lived behind that board. They wrote. They produced. That was their thing. In terms of a label, they did not have a label before. They were artists. I was an artist, but I developed myself as an artist as well as they worked on themselves. But that was really my knack. That was my lane, so to speak. So, and I've always been a people person. So I would go and hit the streets and do auditions for my own stuff. And as I went about it, I found that there was a great amount of talent in Atlanta. I was led to come here and convince the guys, believe it or not, to move here. And so when I stop and I look back from this day to, you know, where we've come, it was all written and predestined. It had to go like this. It had to go down the way it did for me to even be where I am right now in my life and for that history to go down. We all put our talents and our gifts on the table, and that's what we came up with. And I'm very, very proud of the, you know, great things that we were able to achieve. Not so happy with a few things that went down that should not have gone that way, but I'm a better person for it today.
I think with life, and especially when you mix in anything that you do, you give yourself personally. I always feel like every artist that has a talent, you're giving a piece of yourself to the potential fans and the people that actually will follow you, just based on the simple fact that it's an art form and you're painting that every single time. So, you know, it may not, you know, that one stroke may not be brushed the way you wanted to, but at the same time, you know, when your heart is in the right place and your spirit is so genuine to give, it makes it a lot easier. Even your shortcomings or even mistakes that we all make, it makes it all come full circle, though.
Yeah. It does. It's a little, I'm going to tell you, I've taken a lot of unfair hits out here, and I've been like a trooper for the most part, and I'm a soldier, and I'm a very loyal person. And at the end of the day, I love everybody. But it's kind of hard when you ride hard for everybody and they're not riding as hard for you. That makes it a little bit more difficult to keep that.
It always happens when you give, and you know you don't expect anything in return. But you know when it all comes down to it, it's you know appreciation is always it always comes. It's supposed to come back to you, and to me, I feel like we do. And if people out there want to get in contact with Pebbles, you can actually hit her up on Twitter at Pebbles Today with the number 2 on Twitter right now. You can also go to pebblestoday.com and get any of the information you need to off of the Essence Music Festival or any of the things that you have. Now, you know it's so many people out there that would love another album from you because, you know, traditional R&B and everything that comes along with it, you know, a lot of us is actually just kind of missing a lot of the core roots of what R&B music is, right?
You know, I'm sitting here once again speaking with some folks that are just like, you're going to do another album? I'm like, listen, I can't ever say never. It wasn't in my plans. I don't know if God has that for me. But you know, I do know that I'm going to say allowed and permitted because my life took another path, and it will always stay in the kingdom and helping people find God, the how-tos of getting to him and even maintaining a relationship and getting free. You'll be amazed at the amount of work that we get accomplished there. Though I've been in hiatus from my Tuesday night revivals for a couple of years now, and the reason I believe is for this transition that has to be made for me to be able to reach people globally. I believe that I have been tried and tested by God in so many different fires. I'm still in one, so to speak, and storms. However, I continue to be graced enough by him and through him to keep going. And I feel that I have a lot to offer people by way of, the things that I know both musically, but in being a woman, but even more importantly, how to get through, how to overcome, how to take your gift and take what's in your hand and make something happen with it. And just just how to make it and what's really important in life. You know what I'm saying? And I just know, I feel that, and I would love to have your listeners be able to, reach back to you and even, you guys let us know even now, and maybe you can tell me about it later. What I'm sitting here and what's being presented to me is television. Mm-hmm. And I want to know if people would want to see or hear from me in that way. I'm interested in reaching the masses globally, not even just here in the States. My mission is to go global.
Well, you know that's easy, right, Pebbles? You know that's very easy.
We got to go. We got to go. I got to be pushed. You guys got to go.
And when I say that, I'm saying that with the greatest of confidence because of, again, it's going to go back to how you started yourself. You took yourself. You basically gave us your talents and your God-given talents at that, and you gave it to the world to be able to kind of display. And nobody can never take what you've done for your fan base, new and old, and for yourself and how you've elevated your career. No one can never take that away from you, and it reaches the globe. So just being able to anytime anybody hear Always or Girlfriend or Mercedes, anything like that, beyond that, with all the hits you gave us, Pebbles, that's an easy push. That's easy.
That's beautiful. Well, I want you guys to go on and let me know, because I have to be pushed, because I don't know if anybody recognizes, but I'm a little shy, and I've never been the one that's out there. You could find me in the lab. That's what me and the guys had in common, though.
Pebbles, are you really shy? Are you really shy?
Yeah, I am. I'm sort of shy. I'm very silly, though. I'm extremely silly. I'm very, very silly. I'm very serious at the same time. I'm real bottom line. I am, so to speak, hilarious in certain areas, and my nickname is Miss Flat. I just go flat line, boom, bottom line. This is what it is, y'all. We ain't got a lot of time for this. We ain't got time for that. Boom, let's do this. That's it. Let's just keep it moving.
I heard that.
Because these are the things that, this is what leaders really are made of. And I'm like, we have enough folks that are not going to tell us how to really get it done. We got to settle down, and the troops got to come marching on in. Let's get it done. This is where we need to go.
And you know what? That will be done, especially not just on this station, but it will definitely be promoted, and you will have the strength of this station behind you, and anything that we want from you, if it's an album or if it's more road work from developing artists and everything, you will definitely get a consistent feedback on what we do here, because we love you. And it's just like I was telling people on Twitter, and you probably saw it. It's just like, getting ready to interview you is like waiting for your favorite concert artist, your singer, to go buy tickets, so you wait in line all night. That's how it was. Like I'm over here, I can't sleep right. I'm like, I'm geared up. I've been waiting for this moment so long. So and not only me, it's so many of your fans too. So
goodness. You don't even know what that means to me, and how my heart even needed that boost. Because I'm going to tell you, just as many that love you, there are those that don't. You know what I mean? Or just don't even know your plight. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you go through. They don't know your hurts and your pains. They don't know your injustice. They don't know anything, but they just want to be able to say something. One thing that I'm not a thief. Pass that word around. Never have been. I'm not a hater. I'm not a negative person. I'm a motivator. And I love people, and I want to win. And
before we even crossed paths, Pebbles, you motivated me before you even knew who I was. So, that's the strength of what you do, not just as a woman and a singer and a songwriter and and just the talent that you are. You did all that just based off of what you gave us. So I got motivated off of that. So thank you.
I appreciate you so much.
And as we get ready to wrap this up with Pebbles, I definitely need people to go to pebblestoday.com and just get all your information. Follow Pebbles on Twitter at Pebbles Today, the number 2.
With the number
and also
2.
she has a Facebook, official Pebbles, on the Facebook.com as well. So before we go, I gotta ask you a question. Is there anything out there that your fans, new and old, may not know about you? You could be a dynamite chef, and we may not know. Is there something that you can kind of like give us a sneak peek that maybe your fans probably never knew about Pebbles?
I'm trying to figure out, first of all, not the chef. Don't even really cook well because I'm too busy working to learn how to
come on.
So, and that's real talk. But I don't know. I don't know if everybody really knows that I'm a Renaissance woman and a developer. I think a lot of people feel or just think that, okay, she sings or does this. But I don't know if everybody knows that I write and direct and, you know, from videos to music. I don't think everyone really knew how much, down to editing the videos in the early TLC work and all of my work.
So you do treatment as well for videos?
Oh, back in the day I did all that. That's how
really?
we worked off. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Really?
All of that. And produced other artists. I mean, a lot of stuff. My creative side. Other than that I'm silly. One thing that I found out that people just didn't know me really, period, because I didn't get out there beyond some interviews and beyond my records being out there in videos, because I really was dedicated to, you know, the work getting done and my work ethic. And so, and I've never been the party person. Maybe that's something everybody didn't know. I don't do partying.
Pebbles don't hit the club, people.
I don't know if I do go, I go, okay, what's that? Okay, I see that. If I went back in the day and when, it was to listen to the music.
Exactly.
I wanted to hear what everybody, let me tell you something, I have a lot of male buddies. You know why? Because I get along with them.
Okay.
Back in the day, I mean, my girls are my girls, but guys, it's so funny because I get along with them because I'm like listening to the stuff they listening to. That's a funky beat. You hear that chord? You know, we sit here.
That's real talk right there, though. That's real talk.
Bass line right there, you know what I mean? And all the girls, you know, not necessarily interested in all these things. That's why LA Face and I as a unit even got along so well. We had that in common.
That is what's up. See you being all of the you say you shy, you quiet. All the quiet ones tend to be a jokester or a prankster every once in a while.
Oh,
I'm
a mess with it. I'd have to watch those webisodes.
You know what? I watched a handful of them. I was kind of like, wow, like no, people got to go check it out. Go to pebblestoday.com.
They're kind of fun.
No, but you know what? I just had that feeling about you, and I was grateful to see some of what I thought. You know, it's just I don't have a perception on people. I just see them for who they are and appreciate what's in front of me. But it was good that I had that shock value when I took a look at some of those webisodes. So I was like, okay, there she goes.
I love it. No, I'm a silly one. You'd be like, okay, we like her. She's different. Okay, we got it. We see what's going on. Okay, we got it.
No doubt.
I have really, really enjoyed this, and I am so thankful to you for having me on the program. And
you're going to be back, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Make sure you reach out. I love everybody. I'm looking forward to coming around the globe. Please believe.
And you know what? We're looking forward to making sure that you get around the globe, first class or whatever it is we need to do just to get you to where you need to be.
Right? You know you prophesied, right?
Absolutely. 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 But I thank you. I definitely need everybody that's on the line right now. Go to twitter.com/Pebbles Today, PEBBLES today, and also hit up our website, pebblestoday.com. And I got a lot of love for you, Pebbles. So before I let you ride in your Mercedes, you know what I'm saying, let the fans know exactly how you feel. Let all your worldwide fans know exactly what's up.
I love everybody. I look forward to being able to see you again, hear everything that you're thinking about, what I'm doing, and what you think I even should be involved in doing, and taking a look at it. I appreciate you for all the love, for all of the remembering of my songs and everything that we were able to do together and put out, and the fact that you just still have love for me. That means everything to me. And I just speak a blessing over everybody, even that's listening right now or who will hear this. And I pray right now that the Lord touches your heart, moves on your life, and grants you the desires of your heart in Jesus' name. And I thank you for having me on your show. And I am going to
And I thank you when you will be back, and we will be in touch this week for sure. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, as a fan first, and as a media guy. I've loved you since, and I will always. That will never go away.
And you mean that thing.
And I mean
you mean that thing. I appreciate you. I thank you.
No doubt. Thank you. Let's get in your Mercedes and let me take you out. This is Branded After Dark. Thank you, Pebbles.
Okay. Bye-bye, dear. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.